Hello, and welcome back to the World of Goo. Today we're going to look at Chapter 2, which is Little Miss World of Goo, and see how far into that we can get. Drool. Oh, I remember this one. This one's a little tough. It introduces a new type of goo, which is the, I guess it's called the Drool Goo? Okay, so basically, the Drool Goos can be attached linearly, but, you know, that also means that they will sway like that. They can certainly be an interesting addition to the game. It's kind of a gross thought if you really think about it, which is why I try not to. So I'm trying to see if I can catch all of these guys. Now here comes the really tricky part, is the pipe is right here. Meaning that I actually have to get these guys to come along this way. But with each additional goo I put on, it's going to sort of list to the side like this. You see how that's caused some problems. Boop. And that's that. So I always want to try to do this sort of tricky thing and get some extra ones out of there, you know. But that was about all I could get. So yeah, this is a pretty exciting game. I hope you guys are enjoying it. It's really kind of cool, and if you haven't checked it out, it's on Steam for fairly cheap. Fly Away Little Ones. Oh, okay, I remember this one. This is a little tricky. So... and you gotta love some of the quotes they have here. So basically, on this one, you're using this sort of like a pinwheel. And what you do is you keep attaching the balloons to the far side, which rotates it and slowly pulls it to the right side. So you can kind of see. By the way, as a side note, listen to the sounds it makes. They're pretty phenomenal whoopee cushion type sounds. And the good news is you only have to collect 4 of them here, I believe. I think it actually might go faster. Well, this is working. Alright, so that's about to the right direction. And let's see what this sign has to say. Huh. Interesting. Alright, so we got a bunch of goos. Yeah, this this is quite challenging. Sorry if that's throwing me off a little bit from commenting on it. It's just it's quite an interesting task to try and do. Oh, don't want to do that. Okay, so we're basically right above that thing. So I'm going to use the goos, the Drool Goos, to hopefully slowly fall down into this pit here. And it's slowly falling down against the resistance from these guys. Get one more on there, and that should be enough to counteract the pull of the balloons. And it's slowly falling. That might not be enough, actually. Alright. It looks like we might get a few extras, actually. And that's it. So that was not that hard. A little tedious getting those, but we did also learn some important information about the power being out on this in the world from the power plant on this particular island. Which actually, the funny thing about the World of Goo is it doesn't seem like it have a story behind it, but it actually has a fairly decent story behind it. So this is the blustery day. Again, you're working with these Drool Goos, and basically what you're doing is connecting them. And the basic thing is you're trying to avoid this windmill here. So basically, it turns out, unfortunately, that even the windmills weren't powerful enough to power the World of Goo, and they needed something more. So yeah, and you gotta love this game though for its originality, because it is certainly something else. I need to watch out here though, because this will actually kill the goos. If I'm not careful. So you have to be very careful with this. The thing is, you want to go above above the windmill and not below it. Because going below it is just bad news. So essentially, we want to get all of these balloons on here first. Slowly work the way up the chain of views. And I wouldn't have to do this if I hadn't made the mistake earlier of adding too many Drool Goos before I got over top of the before getting over top of the windmill. So that was in fact my mistake. And in fact, I still might lose a couple of goos from that, but hopefully I will have enough to get beyond it. It's going to be close though. In fact, this might actually be a failure. Because as you see, I'm really close to that sign there. Yeah, And I just lost a couple of goos right there. So, the good news is, though, that means I can continue to raise the goos up and continue to have. I think I only lost, 3 or 4 at most, so it's not a huge deal. I should still have enough goos left to complete the level, which, when it comes down to it, that's the key point. And you can see the pipe is actually all the way down here. The good news is we only need 9 goos, though, for that. Oh. That's kind of close. And now we sort of have to start our descent down. While also being careful not to to pull this, because if the weight gets too hard on any one part of it, this might actually pull it down into the that giant windmill there, which, as you can imagine, might be very troublesome for things. It looks, however, like we have successfully connected the sort of chain of goos to the windmill, so now it's simply a matter of getting all of the goos we have to go in there. I don't believe there were any more floating around. Oh, a couple more on their way to the final destination. So sweet, we got 15, which is a pretty good number. And oh, there they go. Once the pipe stopped sucking, they were gonzo. So sucks for them. I did 142 moves on that one. That's quite a few, but that's from having to move all of those balloons. So this brings us to the welcoming units, which, if I remember correctly, is sort of in the water. This is a tough level, actually. Well, especially because you have to collect 36 whole guys. Huh. Okay, so basically, oh, there's another sign here to read real quick. Okay, so basically there is this complicated security system made up of the Freedom Scraper 3000 that is preventing you from getting all the way over here to where the pipe is. And there's one more sign here. Yeah, and so you can actually bring the goos up this way, which is a good way to circumvent everything. So some basic points of this are that you want to use the green goos, not the black ones. And you also want to avoid this, because you see, if you let it just go as is, this is going to knock all of the goos off, except for that one right there. I think there's one there. Yeah, there's one there who's trapped back there. And well, actually, I think you might not be able to use. Okay, you only can use the green ones actually. So not using black ones isn't an issue. So the first thing you have to do is use a couple of the balloons to lift up the first arm of the Freedom Scraper 3000. I believe for the second one, I don't believe you can lift this one up, and no, actually you can't. So then the issue simply is of getting them all over the edge, which mainly you can do by simply just building a good structure for them. And when you build the structure taller, but not too tall, like I just did there, well, the point is you get quite a bit of them across. So as you can see, a lot of them came across. The good news is you can bring the green ones back to the front. And they'll actually go straight back on their own. Meaning, of course, that you can collect some extra ones. And I'll admit it, I am kind of OCD. So, I'm going to do what I can to get some of these guys up there, okay? The balloons, actually, you don't really need to use, though, for getting these guys by. Mainly, you just have to pop it in. So that'll get a few extra goos by. You know. And so each time you go through, you'll have fewer and fewer goos to stay behind until, theoretically, you get all of them. And I know it might be a little dull to watch, you know, me meticulously going through and getting all of the goos, but I can't help it, guys. I am a little bit OCD, and if I can, I'd actually like to get the OCD award for this particular level on the game. So hopefully this will catch most of the remaining black goos. I believe that's all the ones in the water. And of course the thing cannot collect all of the... Okay, there's 2 more left? Oh man. Okay. Let me see if I can actually cut to the chase and get them up here. Aha! And now for this last one here, we can actually do that, which I believe should work. If that doesn't pop, it should does. That's okay, because, as you can see, by having that lift up there, and there we go. I believe we have all but one. One goo left. Alright, try and get this guy. One final goo, and then we'll have all of them over here. Which I'm looking forward to, because that means that we'll be able to finish this level. And I believe we should get the OCD award, since, oh, come on, oh, man. Well, guys, okay, one more try. Let's see what we can do. Bring all the green goos back. Made it all. I figure the taller the structure is, the more likely that... Oh my gosh, okay. You've got to be kidding me, right? Well, theoretically, the taller the structure is, the more likely the goo is going to be. Well, it doesn't matter if you didn't even get out there. Okay, this is getting a little frustrating, because the goo is just not coming where it's supposed to. Made it. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh my god. You know what? It's not worth it. I'm just going to move on. and just beat the level as it is, and we can come back another episode and try to get the OCD award, because it's just not worth it right now to try again for that one goo. I'll bring this one. The nice thing is you can sort of cheat with these guys. Okay, and it's still not floating. Oh man, really frustrating. Alright. You know what, we got 53, that's plenty. Looks like we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 levels left in this world. I'm actually going to try to go through as much of this world as I can all at once for one long episode. I don't know if you guys prefer that or dislike that, so be sure to let me know politely, please. But yeah, let me know. Let's see what this says. Obviously this one is. Okay, seems basic enough, so gotta remove that. And this giant pink goo will come on through. And be exploded into a million pieces. At which point in time the red pipe will take only the pinkish red ooze. Cool. Oh, what's this? That's kind of gross. At least that was a nice short episode. Oh yeah, this level is simply to show off the fact that it's not actually it's not a bug actually, but is rather a intended feature that you can do this. And that was 8. Which might get us the OCD award for this particular level. And if so, I hope so. I guess not. Maybe that one might be a number of moves level as well. I found the whistle. Interesting. Huh. Alright. Well, let's try the whistle out. Oh, okay, yeah. The whistle, basically, it's a tool that, hold up just a second. I'm going to pause the recording just a second. I'll be right back, okay? Thank you. Alright guys, hey, I'm back. Sorry, my dog actually he was chewing on something he wasn't supposed to, so I had to, like, get him away from it so he wouldn't eat everything. Anyways, the basic premise of this one is, if you use the whistle just by clicking right here, all the goos will go towards what it is. In this case, they'll go here and pick up the Drool Goos. At which point in time you can change the balance to this side and use a couple of the Drool Goos that are now awoken, I guess. And do that. And actually, if you hold down the whistle near the pipe, more of them will go through than would have been expected. Or at least faster than expected. So this is the Volcanic Percolator Spa Day Spa, which is an interesting idea. Alright, so there's a red pipe that essentially this goo cannot get into. And there is a masher thing up here. Well, first I ought to show you guys this this flower, because if you haven't played the game, this might be intriguing. I'm gonna have to retry the level actually after this, because getting near the flower actually causes you to lose. Well, sort of causes you to lose, and the way it does that, you'll see, is like that. Creates this sort of corruption type stuff that spreads and kills all of the green goos. So obviously don't want to do that, so I'm going to retry the level. And this time around the goal is going to be to get the big sort of orange ugly goo up to the top. Preferably without exploding it out either of the sides, which is kind of tough to do. So, have to have a degree of being very careful. Oh, I accidentally destroyed that. That's not so good. Oh, I'm going to undo that. As you can see, that was a bad call on my part. Oh dear. And see, this is where those time bugs really come in handy. On a level like this. Yeah, this is tough. So basically, I'm going to build a like a safety wall on that side. And that should prevent it from, well, turning out at least too badly. The idea, again, being just to simply get this orange goo up higher. Just, you know, again, it's tougher than you excuse me, my voice like cracked there, actually. Oh boy, don't. Well, that was almost very bad. So I'm actually going to go back one. Because I really don't want to lose any of these green goos if I don't have to. Oh, there it goes. Alright, and you can see she kind of got blown up by the percolator thing there, which is then returning the little fragments down this way. And the next part's fairly easy. It's simply to disassemble everything and let it all fall down to that pit there, which will, of course, allow oh. Basically, just disassemble it until, By the way, if you hear that, that's my dog running around. He's got a spurt of energy. Go figure. So, now that that's back that way, all you have to do is get the, get the geese to go on in there. And there you go. That's it for that level, which is easy enough, at least I think. So it's not too bad. Sorry for the squeaking again. That's my dog. He's a pug, and he's quite playful, which is cool most of the time, except for when you're trying to record a YouTube video, at which point in time it can be pretty annoying. But overall, I still love the guy, so let's say. Now this level is challenging as well. Goo as the power source for the world. So basically, you just have to get it over there. That's pretty easy. Oh, and there's a Be Good, Mom is Watching. Okay, so I just lost one of those. So basically, this level you have to build a little bridge across. It's pretty easy to do. Just make a chain of these sort of black Drool Goos. You really don't even need to use all of them, I don't think. Basically, you just have to make it to land. Oh, sorry. Yep, that's my dog again. So, now that you've gotten this far, actually you have to use a few more views just to stabilize everything. And since the, sorry about that, since those views can't go that way, it's fine. Sorry. Okay, so you get the basic premise of they use the gears to actually lift the side on one side of the big pink gear. And this will allow you to actually roll the gear away. And once it's rolled this way, it'll simply shatter into about a million pieces. I'm actually gonna, wow. I don't know if you just saw that. That did not work. So, so basically the reason I did that was so that all of the pink goos would go down to here, so we could get all 18 as opposed to simply 16. I know it's a little silly, but oh, as a regular pipe, actually, so if you have extras of those, you can actually make it so it's better to try to use few of those if at all possible for future reference. And this one is the red carpet. Oh, this level is a tough one. So, basically, before I get to the sign, basically, you have to build up these goos until they have enough weight to push this block down, which triggers the lever, the elaborate finger lever, which pushes down the red carpet. When the red carpet extend-o-matic falls down, the main red goo will roll this way over this chasm to the suction thing, which will then take it and break up into little pieces and toss it down again onto these green goos, which then you have to build up to the pipe there. So, the first things first, we need to build a decent bridge that can handle all of the pressure put on it from the red goo falling down. And with this one, it's not actually that tough to build. It's just you have to balance it. There you go. Now you have a bridge. With these, you can actually save a few of them. That'll just make your life easier as far as building stuff. And you can actually keep this fairly small and low. Again, you don't really need to build that tall. You just have to put a lot of them on here, which will allow you then to push the lever. So it's pretty basic. You will need to use a lot of the white goos. I do need a lot of them. And we'll save a few extras. So I managed to save a few before that crushed all of them. You can see the bridge is a little finicky, which is okay, because I'll use the whistle first to bring them down here. And then just simply remove that one, and it rolls. And it theoretically should roll. Again, things work a lot of times theoretically better than they work in reality. So good news is we can use some of these white goos which we saved to bring us up to the undo that real quick. And what I was saying was we can use the white goos to bring us up to the border there and collect all 18 of the pieces created by the crushed giant pink goo. this brings us to the final level of Chapter 2 of the World of Goo, World of Goo, which is the genetic sorting machine. And some balls are prettier than other balls. The last of the Goo balls didn't even seem to notice. Beauty pageants. Okay, so it's a pretty simple concept. You have to take the ugly Goos, and those are the brown ones, that orange brown color with the dark circles on it. Oh, do not want to do that. And push them up through there. Doing so will chop them up into little pieces, and those little pieces will then fall down here. So I hope you guys read that. The signs tend to be pretty funny. Now the part here you have to be careful about is you do not want to destroy the pink Goo. And likewise, you don't want to send the orangish Goos the other way. Right. So now we've actually made sort of a safety mechanism there by blocking. Oh, and there she went. And that's the last of the ugly Goos. Once you put all 3 of the ugly Goos through there, they will make sort of a barrier over this spike pit. Alright? This will now allow you to take the pink Goo take the pink Goo and push it up this way, which is the correct way for the pink Goo to go. This will put it around this corner where it gets stuck on these guys, but you can just throw them around. And it will roll over the sort of bad guys, if you will, and be stuck up this way. So we're at the power source, almost. So, let these guys go. And this will actually pull them up this newly exposed tube. And the tube will take them up to the surface where they're locked in by this hand holding a thing. And there's a sign here. So, yeah, he's talking about this character in the background. I believe at this part you're supposed to take the balloons and use them to pull up the thing. Alright, sweet. There's a couple more. Alright, there we go. So let's see what it says. Like gasoline. also quite a ridiculous story you can see here. A truly sustainable energy solution. Wow. So that's it. That's the end of chapter 2, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that. Next time on the World of Goo, we'll take a look at the factory, chapter 3, Cog in the Machine, the new factory that's opened up thanks to regenerating the power source of the Little Miss World of Goo's beauty. So that's phenomenally strange and quirky and awesome. So, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and join me back next time. Until later, guys, take care.